What is going on, everybody? It is the Chick-fil-A-Cows here, bringing you a brand new episode of MUT Roulette Season 2. My first season was a huge success, gained like 5,000 or 6,000 subscribers since I started, and you guys showed a lot of support for it. I'm sorry for the delay, but for those of you that have been waiting patiently, we finally got the new computer. Had to buy a new mic because my blue snowball would not work with the new computer, but we got the Blue Yeti, which is an upgrade and was actually something I've been wanting to do for a while, so we actually came out on top on that. We also got 2 million coins, so we're definitely not going to be having any coin problems at all in MUT Roulette for a while. Had never even had 1 million at one time in MUT before, since I started in 13. Closest I'd gotten was 900,000. Now we got over 2 million, so we're pretty locked up with that. Now, for those of you who know how this works, we are going to have a few rule changes, and for those of you who are new to the series, let me basically just give you a quick explanation of how this works and how it got started. All the rules will be in the description if you want to review them for future reference. So basically, one day a subscriber commented and said, why don't you do a MUT Roulette series, kind of a takeoff on what a lot of YouTubers do for NHL Ultimate Team games, MUT Roulette. So I looked over that and I thought, hey, that's actually a pretty good idea. However, their rules are a lot different, so it took a lot of changing to get it to fit with Madden, but I think it worked out pretty well and you guys seem to like it. Now, the whole idea is you start off with a really bad overall team. I started off with like a 59 overall last time. This time I'm getting a 61 overall, so a little bit of an upgrade, but that's just because these were the lowest cards I had in my lineup. Now, we're starting off, we got Connor Shaw, 59 overall. I actually really liked him at South Carolina. He might actually have some potential in the NFL. That'll be good to see. We got Denard Robinson, Trendon Holiday. On defense, really, I don't even recognize, I don't think, any of these guys on defense. And we got Holiday and we got Thompson as kick returners, and that's basically how you do it. You start with a low overall team and you build your way up. I believe we got to a 90 overall before my last season got ended thanks to YouTube, so we got up there, but we didn't quite get to the level I was wanting. I was hoping to get to like a 95, in between like a 95, 99 with that, but it didn't quite work. So what you do is, if you win a game, you buy a card. It's basically as simple as that. We have some other rules to it, but let's see, say you win a game, let's say you win it 21-14. We are going to use touchdowns to determine the rating of the player. So let's just go all players. And let's say you had 5 touchdowns, 21-14. We would skip minus 70 because, I mean, below 70, because there's really no point to doing that. We already have a below 70 team. It won't really be an upgrade to anybody. I've thought about maybe changing that in the future to add a little bit more of a risk to it, but for right now, we're just going to leave that off. So you have 5 touchdowns, you would go 70-79, 80-84, 85-89, 90-94, and back down to 70-79. Now, I know what you guys are thinking. For those who have watched it, you're like, wait, I thought you were going to do 95-99, and I am. And how we're going to do that, and this is just something we're going to work on for the moment. If this doesn't work, then we are going to just change it and have it normally. So that would be 5 touchdowns, 70-79. We would have 6, 80-84. 85-89 would be 7, 90-94 would be 8, and 95-99 would be 9 touchdowns in a game. So it would have to be like a 35-28 game, something like that. And if those games do not happen, then I will just change it if they're so rare that I never get one. But we're going to try that for right now. That way I don't just run through the coins, but you guys can let me know what you think about that. But so 21-14, we would go 70-79 overall, and they list 100 cards per page. So unless you have some ridiculous score, you can always just add up the total score of the game and you'll get your card. So 21-14, that would be the 35th card. That would be 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28. That would be 32, and 35 would be Brandon Pettigrew, 77 overall tight end. Not the best card, but it is definitely a lot better than what you're going to be starting out with. Now, here's where it gets fun. If you hold your opponent to a field goal, like all they get is a field goal, nothing else, then you get to pick the position of the player. So you start out with a bad team, you probably need a quarterback because the quarterback you have might not even be able to throw a corner route very well. So you get to pick the position, you're automatically guaranteed one of those cards. But if you also shut them out, they don't even get a point on the board, maybe they raged quit, well, then you also get to pick the cheapest buy now. So let's say you got RG3, 1,500 coins. It's actually not a bad price for that card. But let's say you got that, you shut them out, you get to pick the position and the cheapest buy now. You would get RG3 for 950 coins. So that's not the best example there, but you see what I mean. When you get more of the higher overalls, like 95 to 99, the cheapest buy now is really gonna come in handy. Now, I believe that is it for that. All right. Now, this is what I did last time. If you win 5 games in a row, you get to buy a pro pack. Well, I'm going to change that to if you win 4 games in a row, you get a pro pack. But there's a little twist to it. If you win 4, you can open up that pro pack if you want. But if you want to add like a little gamble to it, maybe you want a better pack, like they have Lombardi packs out that weekend, then you can try to get 7 wins in a row. And if you get 7, then you get to buy whatever special pack they have right then at that time available. So whether it's a game changer pack, veteran pack, all pro pack, Lombardi pack, you get to buy that pack. But if you lose that game, that 7th game, or any of those games in between, then you don't get any packs whatsoever. So that's a little bit of a risk, and I thought that would add a nice little twist to it. However, you guys can let me know what you think about that. Also, another quick twist is some of you guys wanted to see an option to be able to upgrade a player. Like if I got, for example, if I have 96 overall Mean Joe Green and I want to get the better version of him, and this is actually the first time you've been able to pick the card you want to do this. So you can do this to any card that you want. If you win 4 games in a row, you can try to get that 5th game in a row, and if you get 5 wins, then you get to upgrade that card. But if you lose, you have to downgrade, add in a little bit more risk to it. So we got 96 overall Mean Joe Green. We win, we would get 99 overall, since that's the next upgrade. But if we lost that 5th game, then we would have to downgrade to 95 Mean Joe Green. So this isn't the best example because this card 95 is almost or better than the 96, but you guys get the idea. Now, how the playoffs work, if you win, let's say you get in wild card, if you win that game, you get to buy a pro pack. If you win the next game, you get to buy a pro pack and you get to pick the position of the player. You win the conference championship, you get to get a pro pack, the position, and the cheapest buy now of that player or card. And if you win it all, the Super Bowl, you get all of that, but you also get to get, instead of a pro pack, whatever bonus pack they have available, better pack, you know, like I said before, Lombardi, you know, all pro, etc. So those are the rules for MUT Roulette. They'll all be in the description below. Man, that was a mouthful. And let's get on to the very first game in MUT Roulette Season 2.